Hola clase. Tonight we're going to pick up with the preterite where we left off last time, which is to say with los verbos con cambio radical o los verbos con cambio de raíz. Okay, we're going to look at stem changing verbs in the preterite tonight. The following verbs stem change from E to I or O to U in the third person only. That's to say in the él, ella, usted form and in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. These are the only places these verbs change, unlike in the present where they change with yo and tú as well. There will be more verbs on the next page. I've just put two O to U verbs on this page. The verb dormir, which changes from O to U only in the él, ella, usted form, durmió, and again in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form, durmieron. The same thing happens with morir, so you end up with murió and murieron. Remember, these verbs don't no longer change from O to UE as they did in the present. Now they change from O to U, and only in the third person forms. Más verbos de cambio radical, o con cambio de raíz. The following verbs change from E to I in the third person only. The verb mentir, to lie, mintió, mintieron. So again, the yo form is going to stay with an E. Mentí. The tú form is going to do the same thing. Mentiste. The nosotros form likewise will keep the E. Mentimos. Only the usted, él, ella form and the él, ella, ellos, ellas, ustedes form, mintió and mintieron are going to change. With the verb sugerir, to suggest, the same thing occurs. The E, which is highlighted in red, changes to an I in the third person form. The rest of these verbs have the E that changes highlighted in red. Let's go through them and make sure you know them. Preferir, to prefer. Pedir, to ask for. Despedirse, to say goodbye. Notice that I put them together because pedir is inside despedirse. So if you can conjugate pedir in the preterite, you can also conjugate despedirse without any problem in the preterite. Servir, to serve. Medir, to measure. Reñir, to argue. Repetir, to repeat. Seguir, and its companion verb conseguir, to follow, to get. And vestirse, to get dressed, which already changed from E to I in the present, but now it's only going to change in the él, ella, usted form and in the ellos, ellas, ustedes form. So, to recap, these verbs only change in the sandal. I'm going to try to see if we can, the top of this got cut off a little bit, but these verbs will only change in the sandal. So, for example, pedir. Yo pedí, tú pediste, él, ella, usted pidió, nosotros pedimos, vosotros pedisteis, ellos, ellas, ustedes pidieron. And you can see that stem change from E to I only at the bottom instead of in the boot like we had it in the present tense when verb stem changed. Now these verbs only change in the sandal, in the bottom portion. Más verbos de cambio radical. The following three verbs are special. They require accents on the I in the yo form, the tú form, and the nosotros form. In the third person, él, ella, usted, ellos, ellas, ustedes, they change just like pedir. For an example, see the next slide. Look at the verb. The three verbs to which I'm referring are sonreír, reír, and reír. So let's have a look at an example on the next slide. I'm going to take the verb sonreír. I didn't conjugate the vosotros form here. Sonreí, sonreíste, sonrió. Notice that the I in the yo form, the tú form, and the nosotros form requires an accent. Sonrió, sonreímos, sonrieron. So excuse the technical difficulty. We're going to come back to our exercise. like you to fill in the blanks with the correct form of one of the verbs offered. So choose the best verb in the first one, reír or reír, and conjugate it correctly in the preterite, given the subject you have. Try this on a separate sheet of paper. Remember to bring it to class tomorrow. All right, we're going to stop here. Tomorrow, we'll pick up with Fuji verbs. Buenas noches.